My name's Jennifer. I'm one of the trainers here at the Puppy Preschool. This is my puppy assistant, Sadie. And today we are going to be working on some food bowl exercises with Sadie. Now, food bowl exercises falls into a category of training that we call prevention training. So basically we take things that adult dogs sometimes struggle with and we spend time teaching our puppies that those scenarios make wonderful rewards happen for them. In this case, I will be working on teaching Sadie that if she is eating and somebody comes up and approaches, touches her bowl, touches her, something like that, lovely treats will happen for her. Now, just because you do these prevention training exercises does not mean your adult dog would have an issue with having their food bowl messed with. It's just a lot easier to teach a puppy to love something than to wait until you find out you have a problem with your adult and then try to turn it around. We recommend you feed at least one meal per day using food bowl exercises for at least the first 5 or 6 months of your puppy's life. If you would like to feed every meal this way, and if you would like to continue this on into adulthood, that would be perfectly fine. So there's a couple of different things that I do. I begin by just feeding Sadie some of her kibble, one kibble at a time from my hand. I want to start really building up this concept that hands and food together is a wonderful thing. This is also fantastic for relationship building. Next, I will put 2 or 3 pieces of kibble into an empty bowl and then allow Sadie to finish eating it while I leave her alone. Once the bowl is empty, I reach in and put 2 or 3 more pieces of kibble in. I'm going to repeat that a few times. Then I'm going to take a larger handful of kibble, place it in the bowl, and then as Sadie is actively eating, I will add pieces of a more high-value treat in with her kibble. Make sure you give something that is really fantastic. Should be better than what they already have. Now, as I do these exercises, I watch Sadie for signs that she might be uncomfortable with what I'm doing. Some things to look for would be if she started eating much faster, harder, or more frantically than she already was when your hand approached. If she were to stop and get very still and stiff, give you some really direct eye contact. Of course, if she were to growl or show teeth or anything like that, those are all signs that she's not okay with what you're doing. They can be a little bit weird if you see them coming from a puppy, but we love those signs because they let us know that this is something that our puppy is really not sure about, which means we can do a lot of training in that category while they're tiny, so that when they're adults, they're not bothered. I don't see any of those warning signs coming from Sadie right now, but it's very good for everybody to be aware of the types of body language that their puppies use when they're trying to tell us that they don't like something, so we know what to target for training. I will continue to just add kibble as Sadie is eating. Other things that you can also do. You might give your puppy a pet and then add a nice tasty kibble to the bowl. Give another pet, add a piece of kibble to the bowl, or a treat, I'm sorry. You might start from across the kitchen and then walk up and toss something into their bowl as they're eating. You want to think about things that might happen through the course of everyday life, where people just aren't paying attention to the fact that the puppy is eating. What we want to wind up with is a dog that feels happy anticipation whenever any of those kinds of scenarios happen. So if Sadie gets interrupted eating as an adult, she's more likely to look up with a big doggy grin that says, "Where's my treat?" rather than be bothered. That's a good girl.